Sorry.
That's all right. All right, we are live for another episode, yet another one, Real Estate Junkies Podcast. Today we have a very special guest, Carrie Soave, with over 14 years of experience in both residential and commercial real estate. Carrie is leading AI expert in the industry. She has helped mega teams, brokerages implement AI-powered strategies to revolutionize their businesses. Ranked in the top 10 realtors on social media in Hamilton and Ontario for the past 8 years, Carrie shares her AI blueprint for success through her coaching program and her podcast, Everything They Never Told You About Real Estate Industry Secrets Exposed. Don't miss out on this live interview as we dive deep into the AI revolution in real estate. Carrie, it's a pleasure finally having you on the podcast. Welcome.
Hi, thank you so much for having me on.
No, for sure, it's a pleasure. Definitely, we've been connected back and forth, and I always like it's on the back of my head. Like I gotta get Carrie on, and it's just like some things get in the way, but I'm like getting really intentional about getting people on these days to that I always wanted on. So, like, can you share with us your journey in real estate? That what led you into real estate and how that journey has been over the last 14 years?
Yeah, so I guess almost 15 years now I've been in real estate. When real estate wasn't so crazy, right? Like you actually had to work for a living, like you had to make an effort, you had to go out there and get clients. So
it was normal, right?
Yeah, I had to generate business the real way. Which is good. And because I was a social person, like very social, it was all referral and SOI and events and, a lot of in-person. So I had a lot of success from the beginning, I want to say. Well, yeah, from as the beginning you can get in real estate, right? And then COVID hit. And okay, so this is me. You're going to laugh because you're such a systemized person. And I am now too, but I wasn't before. So during COVID, like I've had my license for this point, like for years and years. And I had like a really basic CRM. Didn't even have a CRM for the first 6 years. And then just like a basic Lion Desk CRM, which is fine.
Ooh, fancy.
During COVID. And I'm like, this is like, I gotta find a better way. And like COVID gave me an excuse because like you take somebody who's super social who makes all of her money from being in front of people. I didn't do well during COVID. Like I know a lot of agents blew up. I didn't do well because like I had to almost like reinvent how I was going to do business. I was also on social media and that's where I generated like 95% of my business.
Wow.
So when COVID first started, like realtors were getting slammed online for still working. Do you remember this?
Yeah.
So I wouldn't work because I didn't know how to work without doing it publicly, like so publicly. So I took some time off during COVID. And I decided to like systematize my whole business, document all of my systems, my SOPs.
So take it from your head and put it on Google Docs.
And then like figure out a better way than Lion Desk, which obviously I found. And then I moved over to EXP and obviously getting KV Core. And that was a game changer.
So when was that? Like when did you move over to EXP?
I feel like it was like 3.5 years ago.
Okay, so right into COVID, right?
Yeah,
right in the middle of it. Like I gotta get myself out there.
yeah. So, and like once I went down that rabbit hole of getting organized and putting systems in place, I think that AI is just like a natural step at that point.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm always looking for ways to improve everything that I've built. And like, what an easier way than to just throw what I've built already into like ChatGPT and ask it to analyze, critique, and suggest improvements, right?
So like, I guess like my question would be like, you had already built the traditional business, right? Like, what was that transition like to get into like taking that, COVID forced a lot of us, right? Like I was, honestly, for me, what happened with COVID was I was very, very paid advertising reliant business, right?
Mhm.
Up until like 2018. From 2018, I started transitioning already because I started understanding, like, my coaches always told me about the profit and loss thing, and I was like, I'm making money, I don't care. Right? And then 2018, I started getting serious and I started seeing the numbers, right? Like, wow, like what if this chunk didn't go there, right? Like
Yeah.
over 6 figures in paid ads, right? Like, and like, so I started transitioning a little bit, but then COVID like really, I sold 90 houses on 2020 through COVID. Like, we had like a 2 month shutdown on showings. We were still showing houses. Like, we had our ways. Like, sorry, the governor, right? Like, we still sold real estate, but like it kind of gave me that different perspective of business, how businesses could like scale at like levels never imagined, that without the digital marketing side, like organically reaching people. So what was that transition like growing without systems, being successful without systems, and then with systems? Like, what is that experience like?
Oh my God. Everything improves. So like I look back at before I had a CRM, 6 years didn't have a CRM. And I'm like, for somebody who doesn't have inbound leads from digital ads, I still had a huge database.
Yeah.
Can you just imagine how many sales and how many clients fell through the cracks?
Oh yes, it's a lot.
Right?
I
So
don't know, maybe like 40% minimum.
right? Like, so that's like what kind of drove me to just keep going and keep
Yeah.
going. And like,
Yeah.
I did some lead gen, and that's what I kind of just taught myself how to run ads.
Yeah.
And I
Wow.
just did that like just on the side for a
Mm.
little extra because I also built a team.
Yeah. Oh wow.
So I'm like, I was the team leader that would hand like ready to sign leads over to my team, which is super rare.
Yeah.
Like they didn't have to do anything, which is why the team didn't last longer than 5 years.
I know, I was about to say, like, not
I'm
ideal. Shouldn't be doing
profitable at
that.
that point. But yeah, like I just had so much respect for every way of prospecting,
Mm.
but I always felt like I could do it better. Like I hired a lead gen company and I'm like, their ads aren't met. Like at best, their follow-up is awful. Like it's so generic.
Mm.
This is before AI came around. I'm like,
Yeah.
I can do this better myself. So I just taught myself and figured it out. And I've had that mentality the whole time. And that's why
Yeah.
it's hard for me to like hire out people because I always feel like I could do it better myself. Like I now with my company, like I built my company, my AI company with one employee. Right.
Wow.
And I keep
Yeah.
trying to add them and they're like dropping like flies because the AI, I have it so fine tuned to how I want things to look. There's no error,
Mm.
and it can perform better than some of the humans that I'm hiring. And it's like
That's the truth. Like, people can't hear that truth. Like, people, when they hear that, it's just their blood boils and they're like,
I know,
all the way on the edge. Like, how can you say that?
and I get it, but like, I was hiring people, paying them full time, and it was a struggle to get them to actually do any work past 2 hours a day. Like that's the mentality.
That's the truth. That's
a
the
lot
truth.
of people.
They did it. I think Harvard Business School studies did a study with like top corporations, and they found that the corporations actually account for that people are not gonna work more than 4 hours productive work, right?
Hell, right? So like me, I'm starting a business. Like I'm small time, and I'm like, this is unacceptable. So I'm just
It's my dime, right? Like, you're not gonna sleep on my dime.
exactly. So yeah, people don't like it when I say that. And I had an interesting conversation the other day because like once everybody starts using AI more for tasks, like where the task related jobs going, they're going to be gone.
Mm. repeatable task, right? That the one
Yeah,
that let's just keep repeating, right? Yeah.
yeah.
Like
I
copy pasting
feel
tasks.
like not just that, I feel like any task will be replaced
Yeah.
within the next 5 years as AI advances. It's advancing so quickly. It's inevitable.
Yeah.
And we're going to move to like strategic thinking and planning and that kind
High
of
level.
Yeah, so like our whole industry, like our whole world is going to change. Industry is going to change.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, like going from, the industrial industry to like tech industry, the same thing. Like it's just, it's going to evolve, and it's going to remove a lot of jobs, but it's going to add a lot more as well.
Oh yeah.
You gotta remember,
high level though. High level. It's not gonna be,
yeah. So people should start using, people without initiative should get some now.
I watched this video of like the robot cleaning bathroom. You ever saw that one?
No.
Like oh my god, like this AI robot is just like it's a cleaning robot, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it goes into the bathroom and it goes into the like opens the door of each stall, goes in the stall, cleans the floor, cleans the toilet, gets out and goes into the next one. Like it does it fast. And well, I don't know. I'm not there to like inspect the job, but
yeah,
I bet it's doing it better than like humans not trying to touch other people's stuff.
Well, that's what people don't realize is like everybody's really like hyped up about AI now. Everybody in the tech industry that I know is like, oh my God, AI is like nothing. Like we're like artificial intelligence. We're now into machine intelligence. Like that's what we're focused on. So just like to kind of show you the advancement for those who think that this is going to go away, it's not.
Internet didn't go away. Electricity didn't go away. Printing press didn't go away. I don't know. Like it's just another revolution of the way humans, I guess, like civilization operate, right?
Yeah.
So, like, what led you to become one of the top AI coaches? Like, I remember having a conversation with. I don't know how we got connected, either Facebook or workplace somewhere, and then we got on a call. I think talking about high level. I forgot. Like it's so back. I don't know. Probably 2 years ago. And then
I was very impressed with you. Like you are very strategic. You're very systematized. You build out funnels. Like there's a science to marketing.
Yeah,
like,
sure.
And I have respect for people that are agents. So we have a job, we have a career, but yet we take it upon ourselves to learn as much as we can instead of just blindly going out there and hiring people. Like I love that. I have respect for that.
No, for sure. Like that. And I remember seeing you on the stage that they had this in the EXPCon, they had this AI session. I'm like, let me go see what's up, right?
Yeah.
What are they talking? And I see you on the stage, I'm like, I know her from somewhere. I'm like, oh, she's the girl that we got on a call, and so I had to come out and say hi to you. So how did that happen? Like, how'd you come across and how'd you like climb the ladder so fast?
Okay, so it's kind of funny because I've always been coaching and teaching realtors how to use social media to bring in business. Because I am somebody who will never call a lead, like ever, ever. I know that about myself. I've accepted that. Just like a news flash, everybody, the sooner that you accept that about yourselves, the sooner you can hire somebody to do it for you. Now, social media was like my favorite type of prospecting because like it's passive. I could do it from anywhere. I can reach a lot of people, and then I get buyers and sellers to reach out to me.
Yeah.
Right. So I've always been teaching that because not enough realtors are doing it properly.
Yeah.
And when AI came out, social media is very uncomfortable. Like nobody enjoys doing it. Nobody wants to be on video. Nobody knows what to say. Like this is like these are very like common concerns.
Yeah, it's real
on social media. And so I thought, okay, how can I make this easier? Because really any form of prospecting, social media included, takes like hours of your day. Every day.
Yeah.
Like social media is not different than like any different than door knocking.
You got to do the work.
Amount of time in. So like when AI came out, I'm like, how can I make this easier? And then I figured out how to save a ton of time and turned like a 3-hour a day prospecting method into 1 hour a week.
Wow.
My coaching clients were like doing so well with it and actually creating amazing content. Then once I saw that, I just like went down the black hole and figured out how to apply it to my whole business. It took me like probably a year. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah.
So EXPCon Canada comes last September. Okay. And they asked me to go on stage for social media. And I was on a panel for social media. They had their like speakers for AI. And all I talked about was AI. Because AI is how I do social media.
Yeah.
And everyone's like, what? And then I had some conversations. Like one of the keynotes, I was sitting with him for 5 minutes and the C-suite walked by and he grabbed them and he said, this woman knows more about, like, she just taught me more than I know about AI in 3 minutes. You know what I mean? And then then they just put me on stage in Vegas, like 3 of them. And then it kind of just snowballed from there.
Wow. And okay, so I guess like what inspired you? Like you have figured out social media, right? Then AI comes about and you see that, okay, AI makes it more efficient, right? So like, how, I guess, what inspired you to make AI the key component of your coaching program for real estate agents and brokers?
Because AI can change people's lives if they learn how to use it correctly. Like, I want to teach the agent who makes around, $80,000, $60,000 to $80,000 a year consistently. They're a good agent, but they have a lot of, financial responsibilities to their family. Those are the agents that have not been able to scale.
Yeah, they don't have
the money to invest in scaling, right? And it costs money to scale. Well, now if you use AI, it does not. It costs significantly less.
Oh, right? Yeah, sure. Yep.
So you don't have to hire like your support team, your admins, like maybe one.
Yeah.
You don't need to hire marketing. You don't need to hire freelancers, video editors. You don't need to hire, social media management companies. Like those are huge expenses that like teams have.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you don't need those anymore. So I want to help those people like get to the next level of their business that they never thought that they could get to.
So let's talk practical, right? What are the practical integrations of AI into real estate businesses? Like, could we talk about a little bit? Like, what do you teach? And I guess like, and for someone who's doing it new, what are the challenges they have to be aware of?
Okay, so my program's evolved over the last year. So it started purely with teaching people how to do everything themselves. And then I started building custom GPTs that were job and task specific for every area of their business. Those were amazing.
Yeah.
However, my GPTs would do like 10 jobs each. And I found that the realtors weren't using it to the best of their abilities because the problem isn't teaching, getting the tools to them or showing them how to use it. The problem is they don't know what to ask for.
Yeah, the big picture.
That's the core.
Yeah, knowing the freaking blueprint.
I give them a funnel GPT that builds out their entire funnel from top of funnel. So from all you do is upload a market report or stats for your area. Yeah. It's going to tell you who's buying and selling right now.
Like a PDF upload, right?
Yeah. It's going to tell you who's buying and selling according to the numbers. Build out an entire persona, psychology, like everything. Yeah. And then use that psychology to build the lead magnet, the landing page copy, the socials, the paid ads for your top of funnel, and then your drip campaigns and even your scripts and objection handling. Okay. Wow. For when the leads start coming in, and everything is hyper targeted to the demographic that's actually making
your market
right
report. Yeah.
Okay. So I built that and I gave it to agents. they don't even know what to ask for. Right? So they're like, so I had to revamp everything in my program, all of the tools that I built. So now they push a button on all of them that says, let's go. And the GPT, the tool will tell them, upload this or tell me this. It'll ask all the questions that it needs. And then once you've answered the questions, it will say, these are the list of things that I can do. Would you like to start here? So all that they have to do is say yes. And then after that is completed, so once the lead magnet is built out, it'll say, would you like to create landing page copy now? So now it's a lot more user friendly, and I use the word done for you because outside of an agency, this is as done for you as it gets.
As it gets, yeah, for sure.
So it's evolved. It's definitely evolved. It started out as me teaching prompt engineering and giving, prompts and helping them understand how to make prompts. We're so beyond that. Like, we're so beyond that. You guys don't need to even understand prompt engineering anymore unless you want to build your own GPTs, which I also teach you.
Yeah.
Because I think the next step for agents, once they get used to these tools, and there's tools for every part of your business, building clauses, looking at contracts, commercial and investment properties, calculating whether they're good value according to the financial statements
without knowing the details.
Yeah, exactly. And then all the way to all the social media platforms, and they'll build out scripts and content calendars, and like these are all like the agent can use it, or they can have their 5-year-old kid go and use it, and it will be the same result every time. That's how fine-tuned these things are. So once they learn how to use those and they're using them in their business, the next step is for them to start creating their own GPTs. Maybe one that they give their clients that's preloaded with all of like the utility companies in the area and the cable contact number and the movers, a couple movers numbers, so that, and giving them to their clients so that they can have all their questions answered, for any closing questions that they have any time of day. Or what about building a GPT to use as a lead magnet?
Yeah.
If you do pre-construction, load it with all of the top 10 developments in your area, and then program it to ask the user a series of questions about their needs so that it can recommend
match
a project.
Yeah.
So that's a great lead magnet.
Yeah.
Right? Like I'd be advertising that in an ad.
Yeah. So I was just talking about that with Tim Harris yesterday. I don't know if you're familiar with Tim Harris. And he was asking me like, oh, okay, do you know how to do like take all my podcasts and put it into AI? Like he's kind of old school. So, and he was like, he paid to do it. He couldn't do it. I'm like, look, it's very simple. It's custom GPT, right? And I had literally said that to him. It was like, you should reach out to him. Maybe he could use your help, but I don't do stuff like that for people, right? So I don't have an offer on that. Like I'm more of a business consultant, right? Like I'm more of like, hey, helping you build a business, kind of like what Tim Harris does, but in the new school way. And we had some disagreements on the podcast. I didn't challenge him. He was like, oh, only way to do it is calling FISBOs and expired right now. And I was like, oh, I just held my teeth and I was like, okay, I'll just accept it. But anyway, okay, let's get into EXP, right? And I always wanted to ask you these questions. And why did you choose EXP? With your experience, with that level of knowledge that you have, you could be doing your own thing, right? How has, making the decision to aligning yourself and your vision to EXP, what's that about?
Okay, so I just started doing agent attraction because I built a GPT for it, and it's working really well. I've attracted like 6 agents in the last month.
Wow.
So it's working well, but like I can't answer. This is the funniest thing. I can't answer a lot of the questions, the specifics about agent attraction and rev share and stocks, because like I know nothing about them. A lot of things about EXP are so amazing.
Yeah.
but not why I joined. So I didn't bother learning, right? Like, let's be honest. I care about what I care about. It wasn't even the money because I was at Remax paying like $1,000 a month plus 5% of all of my deals for life, right? So it wasn't even that. It was, I knew I've got big goals, okay? Like international goals. I wasn't sure what I was going to do and how I was going to get there.
Yeah.
But I know that I needed to be surrounded by people who were internationally successful.
Yeah.
Like
at a global level.
When you're at a brick and mortar brokerage, like my Remax office, there's like Remax all over North America, all over the world. But like, first of all, the top producers won't even talk to you. Right? They won't talk to you. They won't even answer the phone. And like I was looking at them like it was too small scale for me. And like, there's nothing wrong with that because for so many years, like I didn't know what I didn't know. It was until I started meeting people from all walks of life who had international companies making millions a month. I was like, there's more than just what I see in front of me. And that opened up my mind. And EXP is literally the only place that can get you there. It's the only culture that has that kind of support from international multimillionaires.
Yeah.
And the most of them, right? So
I love that. I love that reason. And people don't understand we are going through a globalization of all industries, right? Every single industry is impacted by globalization right now, right? Every single one. Like, give me one that's not, okay? You know, going down to the cup you drink your coffee in probably was in China 7 days ago. You know what I mean?
Right. So it's so cool though, because like July, like June, I was in Portugal speaking at a conference. July, I was at the Parliament in Rome speaking to politicians about AI. August, I was on a cruise ship speaking about AI at Build.
At the Build, okay.
I'm headed to, obviously, I'm going to be at EXPCon. I'm doing a panel and a 1 hour solo session as well. So make sure you guys come to that. If you're
I'm coming, And
if you're not an EXP agent, I can get you a free ticket.
Oh, yeah.
But November, I'm heading out to Iceland. I've been asked to speak in Saudi Arabia. Like, this is like I couldn't, I'm sorry, but this would not be happening if I was still at Remax.
So the balloon couldn't take you there, huh?
Balloon could not take me there. Yeah. And it's just, I got to tell you, it was the female presence in the C-suite that really embraced me and elevated me.
Yeah.
I want to say that about EXP.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I think what people don't understand is, okay, sure, it's like, let's be real, it's possible with Remax too, right? But you know what do you have to do? You have to spend 6 figures, double 6 figures, maybe close to 7 figures to be able to create that level of influence. Why? Because you would have to buy out franchise offices. That's what they care about. They want to sell you, oh, you want to go to Portugal? Buy a Portugal office, right? Like, that's the business model, right? That's the business model there. They don't have any incentive boosting you up unless like you're gonna go open up offices there, right? Or influence others to open up offices, right? That's the business model. The way they grow is by opening up office. The way, well, it's not just the XP, right? Real, LPT, Epic, any cloud-based brokerages, right? The way we grow is not opening up an office, right? The opposite of like, you still have to create influence, right? Whether you do it through an office or you don't do it through an office, you do it cloud-based or you're not, like social media, right? So anyway, I guess like, what role do you see AI playing in the future of the real estate industry, particularly for agents and brokers that want to build a future-proof business, that want to be a sustainable, especially the shifts and changes we're going through right now? What do you see with AI?
So, okay, so I'm not sure if everybody knows this, but they announced AI search engines are being launched. The first one is going to be called Search GPT. It's owned by ChatGPT, OpenAI.
OpenAI.
So basically now what I'm teaching and lecturing on is how to become discoverable by AI search engines. So what does this mean for agents that want to future-proof their business? Right now, SEO is the ability to match your keywords on your website to whatever the search word is. That's literally all SEO is.
Yeah.
Your SEO, the way you know it, is no longer going to exist.
Wow.
So it's going to be highly value driven. And you're going to have to, there's certain steps that you need to take now before it even starts. And one of the biggest factors is going to be social media.
Yeah.
And being discovered by AI search engines. Why? Because it's the only platforms, it's the only space that you can share a very high volume of valuable content.
Yeah.
Very valuable content. So think about it this way. Our clients are going to start using these, which means they're going to be able to search for exactly what property they want. So if
they could say,
I want a mid-century home with this size of a lot, an in-ground saltwater pool, opens concept main area, sunken living room, that AI search engine will be able to pull that out if it exists listed. Okay. But it's also going to change how sellers are finding their agents as well. They're going to be able to be like, I want a female agent. I want her to be in her mid 40s. I would like her to know how to use AI. I would like her to have high visibility on social media for marketing reasons. I want her to speak French as well as Spanish. And guess what?
And a unicorn horn.
Handed them on a silver platter.
Okay? Exactly.
I want them to
you can't fake that, right? You can't fake that.
I want them to specialize and know a lot about this type of home.
Yeah.
So this is where your value comes in. Because you're going to need to have a lot of content online showing that that's who you are to be able to be pulled.
Yeah.
Right. And like, how bad is it for like the agents that are holding off on learning AI?
Oh, forget about what about social media, right?
As soon as the search engines are launched, everybody's going to be using them.
No.
That will mean
this is like 1999 internet, right? When it first came out, nobody knew what it was internet, but people were doing search engine optimization, email marketing, right? Like that very, very early, right? Like 1995, 7, 9, right? We're there now. Like you're not doing social media and people are doing AI with social media, right? So when this comes about, and the way everyone should look at it is that, hey, this is an opportunity, right? You don't be like, oh my God, this is coming and I'm going to be out of business. Like that is the wrong mindset, right?
No.
Yeah.
But here's the thing though, like, I feel like right now, the agents who are really implementing it are elevating their unique value proposition. But once their clients start using it, and they all will, once AI search engines come out, if you don't, like, your relevancy just went down the toilet. You know what I mean? You cannot allow your clients to know more about AI than you, or you're going to be invisible.
Yeah.
It's just unacceptable, and it's coming in months. So
and you know what it is? I think you know what it is. It's a lot of agents think like, oh, I don't need that because I call people, right? Like that's the weapon they flash around, right? Like, oh, I don't need that because I spend 8 to 10 8 to 10 hours every single week on just begging for business, right?
So they're looking at AI as a prospecting tool for them. They're not looking at it like increasing their value and providing a better service to their clients. Because if you know how to use AI to market next level, what does that mean for your clients? Like nobody cares about you. Nobody cares about how well your business is working and what, all they care about is what you can do for them. So that whole thing doesn't make sense. Oh, I can just call people. What does that mean for your sellers? What are you going to like sit down and call thousands of people to like tell them about your property? Or are you going to post it on your like non-existent Instagram page with like all of your other listing and sold pictures? Do you know what I mean? Or are you going to learn how to use AI to market this like an agency that you would pay $2,000 a month to do it for you?
No, look, I guess like I have to kind of say we are at a point like some of our viewers and some of our listeners will probably like, what are these guys talking about? So let's break it down, right? So branding and marketing is looked at or understood is so, I guess, like shallow manner, and it's been around for a long time. And I don't know why it's still shallow in the real estate industry, not anywhere else. Like I'm part of Mastermind, like I've been part of Russell Brunson's Mastermind. Like, it's different, looked at differently in other business industries, right? So let's break it down. The reason why you have branding and marketing is to create knowability, likability, trustability, right? So if you are reliant on your business in just chasing people, right? One-to-one outreach, which is like cold calling, door knocking, even open houses to me is one-to-one. But like you're basically your whole marketing strategy is one-to-one marketing. You have to constantly chase. And then you go to that listing appointment and lie to your teeth by saying, I have a great brand and marketing. I have a great this and blah, blah, blah. All that stuff is lie. Your strategy to get the seller was direct outreach. What are you going to do? Just list it on MLS. Just say the truth, right? You are just going to put it on MLS, right? You're not going to cold call buyers to get buyers. No one does that, right? Like you're just off to the next one, right? Because you got to spend the 8 to 10 hours a week, maybe more, 20 hours a week on cold calling, people trying to get listings, right? So what should be done is branding and marketing. Okay, what is branding and marketing? Let's break that down, right? Branding and marketing is about, so let's like dissect it, right? What a brand is how you're looked at by the outside people that don't know you, people that know you. What is the perception you're giving of your business to other people? So that's a simplified way. So let's go more in details, right? So your brand is about who you serve, right? And what problems you solve for them, what results you get them, right? And if you could give that out to people anytime they come across your content and they learn about who you serve, what results you get them, how you get them the results, that's it. Like you have accomplished branding, right? Now, before AI, now let's make it relevant to this conversation. What a person needed to do or had to do was market research, right? Oh, okay, I want to get into luxury real estate. And who buys luxury real estate? What are their problems? What keeps them up at night? Like all that stuff. If you already are not around luxury buyers and sellers, you're clueless. So for you to build a brand on luxury real estate, you have to manually go find these people, do research, ask questions, blah, 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 networking. It took forever. With AI today, right? It's a matter of just prompting AI to give you that, right? And you're sitting in your basement or in your bathroom toilet, right? Or just learning all this stuff, right? And it's just like that, right? And now imagine the advantage an agent has. And I was saying this yesterday on the podcast, and it totally went over his head, right? Because he was just like, ooh, right? Like you just gotta go call the expireds, right? And is that right now, if you follow me on social media, you will see I'm posting 5 to 7 times a day, right? All done by AI. We're not doing it, right? Like the reality is this whole conversation we've been talking for 40 minutes is guided by AI, right? Every single question I ask Carrie, like none of it I made up, right? I even know what these questions are before I read it off the screen right now, right? Like I didn't even know, and I didn't even have to know because why? Because Carrie submitted her bio, and if you didn't submit it, we would have found it through AI. Like who is Carrie Soave, and what's her bio? AI would have pulled it up from the internet, like okay, give me questions I can ask that will create viral content, right? And then once this interview is done, we get AI to split it in shorts and post it for us. This level of efficiency has never, ever, ever existed in digital marketing,
And
ever.
in a day and age where you have to keep doing more and more and more just to stay relevant, let alone go past anybody, you need to be using AI to do that. So like, it's funny because I'll do a speech and I'll be like, this is how you prepare for AI search engines to stay relevant and make sure that you're discovered by AI, by them, right? And it's like a lot. And the agents are like, oh my God, like I already had a lot to do. And I'm like, don't worry, you're going to use AI to do it all. And they're like, what? Yeah, because and I don't know if you've seen other industries. So on content, first of all, content creation and social media, like it's not complicated, people. Like you just need to know who you're targeting and answer the questions in an entertaining way through social media, through video, right? Like of what they're
doesn't even have to be video, by the way. Today, what we do, and you will see this probably come across this, me doing this a lot, right? Where we do this text post, right? Like, and I get people off their chair, whatever they're doing, stop what they're doing to engage with that content, right? And I'm not doing it. AI is doing it. AI is telling us what to say, right? So I've been trying that for about a month now. I have over 100, like I think last night I checked, over 160,000 agents. This is specific audience, right? Like exactly who I wanna engage in my content. Over 160,000 agents over the last 30 days engaged with my post. This is not reach. This is not impression. This is engagement where they either liked, reacted, commented, responded, opened my post, read the content, right? Read the comments. All of that is possible because of AI, right? Another thing we are trying over the last 30 days, what we are doing is all these real estate coaches out there, the old school ones that has been doing it for a while, your Tom Ferry's, your, I don't know, we get AI to tell us who, so I don't even know who they are, right? So what we are doing is just copying their best videos and having our AI clone create the videos, and we are posting them on YouTube. We're posting one every 3 days, right? I could do 3 a day if I wanted to, but I'm like, hey, let's not go overboard, right? Let's slow down and let's slowly grow this thing. Over the last 30 days, it's been less than 30 days. We are about to hit 30 days. Actually, we just hit 30 days, 13th. We started 12th of last month. And I've been dropping one video every 3 days, and the shorts that are being auto posted by AI, right? Over 80 hours of watch time, over 16 or 17,000 views on my videos. Okay. I think like 26 subscribers to our channel. I wanted more subscribers, but because it's probably AI clone, so we will tweak that stuff later, right? But like the advantage I have, all the other coaches out there, they're manually writing their script or paying someone to write the script. They're manually recording their video. They're paying someone to edit the video. They're paying someone to post the video. They're paying someone to create the thumbnail. They're paying someone to do that, or their worst.
I do it all myself. I do it all myself.
With AI, you could do it with yourself, right? For me, virtual assistant, but like with AI, you could do it yourself because it's gonna take you less than 30 minutes to write script, record. You're not recording video, clone, right? Edit the video, post the video with the SEO thumbnail, SEO title, SEO description.
Done. Okay, I want you to try something for me.
Yeah.
Because like I use AI at every step of my YouTube process except for shooting.
Okay.
Okay. And I want you to try that because I have certain I have certain beliefs about like these platforms, like the avatars.
AI clones. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
just
No, for sure. If it was me, real, right? It would take off to a whole new level. I know that already. Oh, for sure. Because the AI clones are not as good yet, right? Like I'm just having fun. Like this is not even my goal. Like we generate over 500 leads, realtor leads a month, okay? Through all the other avenues, through our funnels, through our and no paid ads, by the way. Like I built a real estate business on paid ads. So when I started my coaching business, I was like, this is one thing I'm not gonna do yet because I know how to do it. I can create ads that will generate leads like crazy, right? We do use ads for retargeting. So anyone who comes onto our funnels through pixels, we retarget. Anyone who engages with my personal posts, you know, the engagement stuff I'm talking about, the 160,000 agents that engaged with that post in the last month, they got retargeted with ads. That's something that I never give up. Like I can't. I'm addicted to that, to retargeting. But anyway, we could talk forever, obviously. What would you, let's talk about some most common misconceptions real estate agents, team leaders, brokers have about using AI in their business, and how do you address those? Obviously, that's like your direct, like I don't push AI much, right? Like, but what are the things you come across?
One of the biggest things that I hear from agents is like, they're like, yeah, I've tried Chat GPT and it's kind of meh. It's okay. It's nothing special.
Yeah, try it.
Like, okay, because you don't know how to use it. Like, I can teach you how to customize it. It can understand everything about you, your business, and your goals to keep in mind, but also like talk like you, write like you, like everything. And then it's going to take the results that you're getting from here to like here. You know what I mean? So that's the key. Like now with the infinite memory, the ability, like we basically have the ability to fine tune it without the thousands and thousands a month in enterprise subscriptions, right? So that's one thing. The other thing is privacy. If you're, first of all, so I do a consulting with brokerages and teams as well. And so I do one-on-one consulting. So like yesterday I had this question. They're like, we're concerned, they're a brokerage, but like a team. So like they have a branded team. You know what I mean? They don't work under like somebody else. They have their own brokerage, but it's just a team. 20 people. And they're like, we've heard that it trains the model on our data. And I'm like, okay, but they're like, we want to keep everything secret. Like if we upload our systems, we don't want it to be sharing it with other users. And I'm like, that's not how it works. So first of all, if you really want to turn off training the model, you can with a team account, just for anybody who wants to know. But why would you want to do that? Like
it's
you
irrelevant. Have an abundant mindset. Do you know about Patriot Act? Everything you do is a public information, well, not public, government has access.
They're like, we're luxury Toronto. And I'm like, great. But like when somebody's asking about a system for luxury real estate, they're pulling from like thousands. Like your information that you've uploaded is so diluted. Like, and honestly, probably like not top secret and something that nobody else is doing.
Nobody. Like you are a human being. Your brain is the same muscle everyone's brain is built out of. So you're not a superhuman. So you probably came up with the same stuff someone else already did. Someone else probably did it better than you. I don't care if you're the best team out there. Someone else did it better than you. I don't care. Like,
and we have to look at the fact that we want AI to know who we are, and we do. So like, why are we trying to like fight that? I don't know. That's just
Apple is a data company. Microsoft is a data company. Tesla is a data company. Amazon is a data company. The results that they get people is probably different. Like Tesla gets self-driven cars. Apple gets technology, iPads, iPhones. So yes, I can see where their mindset's coming from, but it's traditional thinking, right?
Yeah.
Like, oh, everything that I got is it's mine. I built it, right? And they don't understand that, hey, because trying to protect this small thing I got, I'm depriving myself of years and years and years worth of trial and error that could be shrunk to like months, if not hours.
Right?
Right?
Yeah.
That's amazing. Now, what advice? I don't know. We are running out of time here. I have a coaching call starting at 12. What advice would you give agents who are just starting to explore AI but feel overwhelmed by the technology?
Take a program, like hire a coach who specifically does AI.
Love
Take
that.
my program.
Yeah.
Literally, like I always spend, like, this is my only job. You're a realtor. The amount of time you'd have to put in to know what I know and then be able to frame it into your business this isn't like a one-time shot. You will always have to do that. You know what I mean? Because AI is always advancing.
Yeah.
So if it takes you like 3 months to get caught up, and now that's 3 months that you haven't been working, right? And you haven't been producing, and it's not going to stop either. So take my program, you get lifetime access to it and all the updates. Like, it's really easy.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. I just, like, this isn't your job. This is my job.
Yeah. And that's what the what do you call it? Pioneers do, right? They be ahead of the game for you. So just follow a proven model. Follow someone who has walked that path that you want to walk. And that's an amazing advice. Now, look, AI is so amazing that I still got like 10 questions to ask you, but we ran out of time. Like, you get him time to say, like, you know what AI could do for you? Someone else out there is doing a podcast where it's thinking of questions to ask their guests without AI. And I'm over here like, oh my God, I got more questions, but I don't have time. So Carrie, again, it's been a pleasure. Would love to get you back again. Let's do it after the EXP Con. I'll have some free time, November, December. Let's do it again, and let's make it more technical for people, so that way people can get exposed to what stuff that you teach and everything that you do, and keep doing the amazing work. Keep pioneering the AI for real estate industry.
Thank you so much for having me on. It's been a pleasure.
All right, for sure. We'll talk. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Bye.